mental health is like precariously balanced teeter-totter, but the ratio of that balance is horribly one-sided. Instead of a 1-to-1 ratio, it's more like 100-to-1, where any little tiny thing can push down on the negative side, and it takes a tremendous amount of good things and positivity to even slightly budge the good side. I've had mild depression for decades now. It was always kind of in the background, never really mattered. Life was going my way for the most part up until my first duty station. That is the beginning of when life started kicking my ass and never stopped, never really let up. The older I get, the worse my depression gets. And a few years ago, maybe triggered by a dead-end job, maybe triggered by my roommate who was consumed with anxiety and became a raging alcoholic. Maybe other factors, maybe all the above, contributed to me getting anxiety. It happened about 5 years ago now, back when I was working security at Cox. And my anxiety is very weird. It is very self-destructive. It's like the evil part of my brain takes over and hijacks my life and causes me to self-destruct. And it's like I'm a passenger watching it all go to shit. Luckily, I'm on medicine now, and it hasn't been nearly as bad. But it still happens every once in a while, but luckily not to the extent it did back then. And slowly, the last 6 months or so, my life has been getting better. Got a job as martial arts instructor at the local rec center. It pays well. I enjoy it. The only downside is the lack of hours. The people there are really supportive, so it's great. It helps a lot. I really, really enjoy working there. But at the same time, I'm also worried that things are starting to go better, and life really enjoys kicking my ass so fucking hard. So I'm just worried that it's gonna throw another punch my way. And I am 39, and I don't know how many more punches I can take. I mean, I've already been on the verge of, I don't know, for years now. I mean, I've almost completely given up. I did give up for a few years. But my lizard brain has a very strong self-preservation that inhibits me from killing myself. But my depression and anxiety constantly want me to, especially coupled with the fact that life has just kicked my ass for the last 20 years. That even if I didn't have anxiety or depression, I'm pretty sure I'd still want to kill myself. I am just very, very, very done with life. But self-preservation won't let me. So I was stuck in a limbo, wanting to die, can't die, waiting for it to happen, but day after day went by. And at a point, you just kind of get tired of waiting and think, well, I'm not at rock bottom, but I'm pretty close. Nothing's changing. My home situation is luckily stable. So let's see if we can try to improve things again. And so I got an instructor job that I so enjoy. And that I really needed after getting fired from the YMCA. Hmm. I had a pinched nerve, and when I was going through their training, they're having me take various classes that they offered, which made the pinched nerve worse to the point where I wasn't able to sleep at night. And during one of the training, I had not slept the night before, and I was very exhausted, full of pain. And unfortunately, those people were very high up the corporate ladder for the YMCA for all of Wichita. And they had me fired because I wasn't the happy, peppy person they wanted. So that threw me into another depression for 6 months or so. Pinched nerve, couldn't really exercise. Depressed, I got fired from my quote unquote dream job. I gained a lot of weight that I'm still struggling to get off, which makes being a personal trainer and instructor even harder. Because in America, you don't want a fat instructor or a fat personal trainer, but here I am. Sticking to a diet is really easy right up until you get hungry or get too tired to cook. Stallone in the movie Balboa has a good quote about nothing will hit you harder than life, and it'll keep you down if you let it. Thing is, though, like, even when I don't let it and I try hard, work multiple jobs, still not really getting ahead in life. I'm just surviving. I just have more income, yeah, but I have less time to take care of myself, less time to cook and clean. So I end up spending that extra money on fast food and other takeout. And then, oftentimes, I hate my job, and that causes depression. That causes turning to alcohol or drugs to numb the pain. Luckily, I've never been an alcoholic, but goddamn. At one point, I think I was killing a bottle of whiskey after every shift at work. That was a lot. Is there any point in working 60 plus hours if you're just gonna spend $20 a day to numb the pain of working that? It's not like I'm getting paid 30,000 a year or something decent at one of these jobs. No, it's shit pay. One was less than $10. The other one was like 12ish, I want to say. So it's just all shit pay. shit work, shit bosses. Problem is, I feel like there's no escape from this hellscape of capitalism and employee exploitation. Hard work doesn't pay off. I don't know the last time it did, but it sure the fuck doesn't pay off now. Going to college isn't an option. A lot of college people have graduated. Some even have multiple degrees, and they're getting fucked by the system as well. I'm too old and broken and fat for the military again. Plus, I think the military is so bad for me, I probably would be able to finally overcome that survival instinct and kill myself. I'm not even sure if that's even what I want. Like, now anyway. I really enjoy working at the rec center. It is the best thing to happen to me in a very, very long time. So before that, I had nothing to live for, really. Making music, just barely hit it. My mom's dog kind of did it for me. Nieces and nephews kind of did it for me. Those were just basically drops of water in a desert when I was still starving for an oasis, reason to live. I think that job has given that for me, but just need more hours, so I need some other part-time job. But even then, capitalism still wins. Because even though that job pays decent, it's not great money. It's not, woohoo, I don't have to worry about my future money. No, it's just, if I budget well, I don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. But if my car breaks down, I'm going to be fucked. If I have a real medical emergency, I'm going to be fucked. If any bad thing happens, I'm just absolutely fucked. And that is what life really enjoys doing to me. Pay off one or two debts, and then life comes in and says, sucker punch. It's exhausting. I'm just so exhausted living life. I don't think I'm going to upload this to my podcast. I don't think there was really anything for a person to take away from this other than me bitching. And if I actually had viewers, they'd be like, oh, well, you could do this or that. Or, oh, you're being whiny. It's like, yeah, I probably am being whiny, man. Like, just after 20 years of losing at life, so you just don't want to play anymore. You just get used to losing. It's a quote from Babylon 5 from Lando Malare. My shoes are too tight, but it doesn't matter, for I have forgotten how to dance. If you don't know what it means, you're doing okay in life. Unfortunately, as the years go by, that quote starts to make more sense. Like the puzzle pieces are falling in. And that's a scary, scary thing. Alright, I'm signing out.